Ladies and gentlemen,
I gotta talk about your record. What's going on there, man?
it's Friday!
Oh no, for sure. We're coming with a lot of hunger.
Wait, is that a cock? Wait, I just realized that's a fucking cock and ball!
Listen,
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Showmatch 6. I am Vexen, your guest host for the special semifinals edition. Team Kobe and Zane's Hostages are both coming in with very strong performances, and it's promising to look like a knockdown, drag-out fight on the Rift today. To start, we're going to dig in with Zane, captain of Zane's Hostages. Welcome.
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you feeling going into this matchup?
I am feeling fan-fucking-tastic, you know? I couldn't be happier with who we got put up against.
Why is that? Why are you excited about going up against this really strong team?
I mean, if you look at their record, like, all right, they're undefeated. They haven't dropped a game since week 1. Sure. But then you look at who they faced, and it's like fucking EOD and the other 0-6 team and all of the bottom league. The only people that they faced of value was like D-Bass, and they dropped a game to them. I have no worries.
In fairness, you did have a few shaky matches. You did have a loss in week 2 to Uwu. So how have you worked to come back and improve that you feel so confident going into this matchup?
I mean, the main thing with the week 2 loss against Uwu, like, they were a very good team at that time. It's fucking tragic what happened to them. But we weren't. We had 2 subs at that game, right? We weren't playing with our full roster. I mean, it was just a complete mess on our end. And now we have a solid roster locked in. We got Zafa as ADC. He's our new shot caller. Like, we're feeling good.
Has the shot calling made a difference in how you do map movement? What have you seen being the improvement with this new shot caller and a more locked in roster?
Oh, I mean, it's, you know, night and day. When I drafted a lot of, obviously, everyone on my team is higher elo than me. Yet most of them don't talk much. I mean, they're fantastic in lane. They are great players, but none of them are big shot callers, and that's something that we needed. And bringing in Zafa to be able to just direct us, I mean, it makes all the difference.
What about the top half of the map? Can you talk a little bit about how your top lane and jungle synergies are working?
I mean, we got Nick, and they're just they shit on the entire league. They are the best top laner by a long shot. Like they'll tell you. He's told me multiple times. He's like, I think you made a mistake with drafting me. I think you should have drafted the other Masters top laner. And I'm like, no, dude. Like he has diffed every single lane, whether he's weak side or strong side. I couldn't ask for a better top laner.
And what about your moving in, mid jungle synergy? How are you feeling about those, objectives and pushing lane and having that mid control? How are you feeling there?
So with my mid and my jungle, they're both low emerald, which is about average for the league. Most of the time, they're up into matchups that they're punching upwards, right? They're into people like Gabe and other amazing mid laners and other amazing junglers, and they're holding their own, right? Like, they're existing in these lanes a lot of the times getting solo kills from way above their skill level, and I couldn't be more proud of them. Very impressed with how they're playing, right?
I mean, you had a really decisive victory last week against CRC. I think it was unquestionable the supremacy that your team had in that matchup. So when you're going into face Team Kobe, a team that hasn't lost a game since week 1, are you feeling that confidence kind of continue? How are you feeling about this, keeping the ball rolling, as it were?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. We had that confident win into CRC last week, and I think that they are a much tougher team than Team Kobe. Like, even if the records are showing something completely different, I'm looking at these two teams and I'm thinking I would rather, fight Team Kobe twice than fight CRC again.
Why
And
is that?
because their record, like the record is, it's showing something that is false. They are, oh, we are 0-6, or 6-0, we haven't dropped a game. We went through all the regular season undefeated. We didn't play a tiebreaker. They've been fighting fake teams. Right? They fought D-Bass, which they dropped a game. They fought KDT, which they dropped a game. And then they fought Cole. Those are the only 3 teams in their entire season here that had any, like, semblance of an actual fucking team. The rest of them are it's just dog shit team after dog shit team that they've been shit stomping. I have no worries.
Those are some strong words, but moving back to your team, this has been a long journey to semifinals. You were so close to the end. What has been some of the best moments with these people that you've drafted and worked together for so long with? Anything that you feel gives you an edge in this coming matchup or even for finals?
So I mean, this team has taken a lot of the pressure off of my shoulders with Nick doing draft, Griefer. They've been doing draft all season. Now we have Zafa coming in, who's also doing draft. We have Jinsil and Coco, who they have their champions that they play, and they play them very well, and they know what they need to do, and they do it well, right? And yeah, I think it's just I love this team. I think they're great. I think we're gonna go all the way. Script says we win.
Excellent. So before we sign off, do you have any final words to say to Team Kobe before you face off?
I mean, no, it's just not worth my time.
Well, you said it best. It looks like Zane's Sausages are feeling particularly confident going into this matchup.
Absolutely.
I'm here with Watcher, the captain of Team Kobe. Hello and welcome to Showmatch 6. How are you feeling about this upcoming semifinals match?
I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be a really good match. We're getting streamed, so it's gonna be a good audience. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it.
Is there any worry that you have about your performance, about your team, or is it all confidence?
I feel like my team really has nothing to lose. We were projected to finish really low in the standings, and we haven't lost a match, so I'm confident right now.
That's amazing. Your record speaks for itself. You've been incredibly dominant this entire season. What do you think has been your recipe for success?
I think like just drafting really well and communicating really well has been really important for us to succeed.
So when you're on the Rift, who's the main communicator?
It's either me or a top laner.
And so when you're in these team fights or when you're laning, how does it flow? How do you feel as you're going through these games?
We just kind of like we have an idea of what we want to do, so we all just kind of someone will say go for that person. We'll all just go for that person.
You're all on the same team together.
Oh yeah.
Excellent. So it's been a few weeks since the last time you were interviewed here. Has your team made any changes or adjustments as the season's gone on?
No, I don't think so. I think we're just looking to try to draft the same way we usually do, and just keep things moving forward.
So you're up against Zane's Hostages this week, who have come off the back of an incredible win and a pretty good showcase so far. Have you made any changes for them specifically? Do you have any plans in the works?
Well, at least I've done a lot of scouting for just like different picks and different just team comps and who we want to pick and ban. So I think we're doing really well on that.
So is it mostly a draft, or are you aiming for a mid-game comp, or what kinds of things are you thinking about?
We usually start with the draft, just kind of guess what they're going to pick, and try to push them into a different corner, and hopefully to make them just play something they're not comfortable with. So.
Exactly. So exploiting some of those weak spots that you might find.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. On a slightly spicier note, having had the most supports of any team this season, how do you maintain your team synergy with so much change?
We just make sure they're on the same page as us. We play a few games maybe the day before, just so we kind of everyone gets the feel for everyone, just so that we can play at the highest level that we can on game day.
Absolutely. Have you been practicing a lot, making sure your team's synergy is all good?
Oh yeah, I make sure that they play the game and not like, all right, I'm ready for Friday, not play at all. So
right.
I'm on their backs.
So as a whole, how is everyone feeling? Are we feeling calm? Are we feeling collected, confident?
I think everyone's confident. I think everyone's, I think we have a good plan, and I think we're looking forward to it.
Absolutely. So I asked the same question to Zane's Hostages, and I would love to hear from you. So over the past 8 or so weeks with this team, various substitutes included, what have been some of the best moments that you've had with your team?
I think winning has been the best thing. We haven't
Winning is always
lost
a
in a
good
long
thing.
time.
Yeah.
So I think we haven't lost since week 1. So
That- Is there
yeah,
anything that you think gives you just the true edge over others in the draft league? Looking at finals, do you think you can make it all the way?
absolutely, no doubt.
Excellent. All right. Finally, do you have anything to say to Zane's hostages before you enter the rift?
I'm just looking forward to a clean match. No cheating. I know that's totally a big thing in this, so gotta be
Uh, do,
careful.
do tell me a little bit more about that. Are you expecting Zane's hostages to come out with a few, a few maybe more illicit ways of winning?
I think that we're no, not really. I just think we're just trying to have a good time.
So
I think
Zane,
they'll be clean.
that makes sense. Uh, so Zane had mentioned that they feel that you've had a really easy way to get here, that you haven't been against any team that's been particularly difficult, or that the matches that you've had have been a little bit easier. How do you respond to that?
Well, again, I just look back to preseason standings where everyone's predicted the finish. We were predicted. Everyone picked us to lose game 1. We had like half people predict us to lose game 2, and then all of a sudden, everyone started predicting us to win. And people kept saying, "Oh, this match will be tough." 2-0. This match will be even more tough. 2-0. So I'm not worried.
Not even a little bit? Full of
Not at all.
confidence?
Full of confidence.
Excellent. Was there anything else you have to say to the audience that you mentioned earlier?
Um, no, I think that's it. I think they know what to do.
Excellent. Well, it seems like Team Kobe's captain seems calm and confident going into the semifinals match. And there you have it. Both teams are exuding confidence. Both seem ready to go to finals and to absolutely battle it out in Summoner's Rift. So tune in to Risen Esports at 8 p.m. Eastern to watch this. It's promising to be a bloody match.